Joining us now on the Carolina Sports Network is Charlotte Knight pitcher Tyler Danish. Tyler, welcome back to our network. And Sunday, you pitched your last outing, had a decent outing, was done in by a miscue in the sixth inning. But overall, how would you assess how you pitched?
I thought I threw the ball well. That home run in the sixth, I'll take blame for making a bad pitch. I just didn't execute a pitch right there. But, I thought I threw the ball well. If I could take back two pitches, it's a scoreless outing and, we don't go extra innings and, we get out of there a little earlier. But I think that's part of the learning process, that, we talked to the pitch coach. I probably should have went with a different pitch and, I learned from that and we'll go from there. But other than that, I threw the ball well, I thought.
Now, how do you select the pitches that you go with? Is it your catcher? Is the pitching coach? Is it your decision? A lot of people question, the old days it used to be the catcher put it down, you guys shook them off. Now you have all these different intricate ways of calling pitches. How do you guys call pitches here?
I think everyone has a game plan. Obviously everyone's a little different than me. Like Lopez and Fulmer and Giolito aren't the same game plan as me. It's just not going to be the same. So I think you go with your plan and then you see what you have early. You see hitters' reactions, what your pitch is doing if you got control of it that day, and then you go from there. To where I had one a couple weeks ago where I gave up 4 runs in the first inning. I didn't have what I thought I had that night going in, and you had to adjust. But you can't run away from it at the same time. So you have to stay with the same game plan, but just adjust on the fly. I think the game of baseball is all about adjustment, so that's what we're trying to learn here.
I spoke to you after that game when you gave up 4 in the first. I was impressed because you didn't retire 13 in a row after that first inning, and then you fell into trouble when it started raining again in the sixth inning. You are a field pitcher, as I like to tell people. You're not going to overpower people. You're going to put the ball, take a little, give a little, rely on that great changeup of yourself. Is that all part of the learning process, that when you aren't having the command, that you got to figure out a way to get the guys out?
Yeah, I think that's, a separator between, being a starter in the big leagues or a reliever. If you can get through the lineup 3 or 4 times and, limit damage and, give your team a chance to win every night, I don't think anyone's going to complain anywhere you pitch. And I think that is. I think it's, it's tough for young kids to, go up and give up a 4 spot and then, turn around and understand that, it's not an individual thing now. Now it's, save the bullpen, pitch to the 5th, 6th inning and, still give a chance to win with the team, with the batters. And so I think, that's part of a process, too, of learning, but I think it's also just always remembering trust your stuff no matter what you have that day. Don't run away from, something you're really good and your strengths are just because, it doesn't feel great, but you got to go with it as well still.
Coming into the year, you were rated the number 1 changeup in the organization. When I think changeup, I think of 3 guys. Tom Glavine, Hall of Famer. Pedro Martinez, Hall of Famer. Trevor Hoffman, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. I look at you. I look at your development. I see a lot of progress. Are you happy with the way the changeup has been developing through the first 6 weeks of the season?
It wasn't with me the other start. That was another thing that I think goes into the learning process. I didn't have a good changeup on Sunday, and I knew from the get-go it wasn't there. But I think I don't think you can put it in your pocket. I think you still have to show it just in case. If you could show it and throw it, it might not have the greatest move. If you can throw for strikes, I think it keeps them, still worried about the pitch as well. But I think it's an everyday process. I think it always can get better, and it's just me being in the right spot to throw it and not being too, low with my arm angle and trying to create too much. I think that's where I get in trouble, is trying to make it do more than I need to and not trusting it. But I think it's just, learning to trust it. With the bullpen session today, I threw it a lot better, I thought. So just trying to lead into the next start with it.
I think changeup is a dangerous weapon for a pitcher, particularly when he gets to the major league level, and I think you're on the right path. On a personal note, Sunday was Mother's Day, and you had the chance to take the mound for the Charlotte Knights. I know it had extra significance to you being on the mound, being able to pitch in front of your mom, or for your mom on Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's always a special thing. Like I've said earlier, and people heard, I don't think I'm, playing professional baseball without her. I went through some hard times when my dad passed, and, she got me through it. And, the quote that sticks me today is, she told me to put 1 step forward every day. We can only go 1 day at a time. And I think I live by it now, and I'm starting to realize as I get older that it was really a true statement that, you don't know what tomorrow brings. And so I think you give everything you can every single day. And that day was special just to call her and, being able to pitch on day and let her watch. And, it was great. I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself to do something amazing, but I thought, she texted me after the game and said, you need to work on some of those home run pitches. But, that's her, though. My biggest critic, but biggest fan at the same time.
What are your thoughts, though, of the way Major League Baseball honors mothers on Mother's Day, the whole breast cancer awareness, the pink? I mean, you got to be touched by the way the game really honors the mothers, because I always say, without the Little League moms, we don't get big leaguers, and your mom had a big role in your life like that, too. Even as a kid before your dad passed, she must have been there with you through all your Little League and your junior leagues and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I think. I mean, it's a special day. I mean, you can just feel it's a different kind of feeling throughout the whole, game of baseball. I think everyone understands what kind of special day that is, and Major League Baseball does a great job with it. And I mean, yeah, it's special. I mean, like I said, I don't think she missed one of my games through even weekends. She worked 40-hour weeks, but I think she was at every single game I played. So I mean, to me, that's that she always put herself before me and always sacrificed things for me to be happy. And it's something I can never thank her enough for, and hopefully we can get her get pitched in the big leagues one day on Mother's Day, and have her in attendance. Would be awesome to give her that jersey to her after the game. So I mean, that's the goal, but every day is a special day on Mother's Day. So
well, win or lose, I know your mom is always proud of you, and we're proud of the way you've been competing for the Knights. Your development's been fun to watch, and keep up the good work, and we look forward to speaking to you in the coming weeks here on the Carolina Sports Network. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.